Kevin, you guys have won for about 3 weeks straight now, almost. What do you think is clicking the most at everything that you guys have been doing on both ends of the floor?
I think we've been struggling even though we've been winning. We got some injury breaks in this run as well. But I also like how we fought through a lot of different things in this run. We shot the ball well from the three-point line. I think we moved the basketball really well, throughout this run. But we need to play better. I believe that the coaches, and all my teammates think the same thing. I just don't want to get too complacent with us winning. We got a long ways to go.
Kenny, what did you like about the first quarter, the intensity level and so forth, and then again in the fourth quarter when it came to winning time?
I like that we ended that quarter outscoring them 25 to 14. 14 points in the first is phenomenal defense for us, and that set the tone. And obviously teams make a run; they have 40 points in the third. But the first and fourth, our defense was phenomenal, and we're gonna need that going forward.
Kevin, to your earlier point about the want for the team to get better in different areas, even with the winning, what are the things that jump out to you the most?
I like that. I think that we could start off with a little bit more intensity on the defensive side of the ball. I think we got to get some plays down, some actions that have been hurting us a bit on the defensive side, and rebounding. We got to all come in and rebound. I had 2 rebounds tonight. I'm 6'9". Can't do that if we want to win. So we got to do a better job of rebounding and talking out, communicating on the defensive side of the ball on certain actions.
It's kind of random, but you guys were wearing a shirt tonight with the Baron Davis dunk on it. Do you remember that dunk? I mean, you've been like 18.
Yeah, that was the summer before I got drafted. Right before I got drafted, actually. And that to see the energy in that building through the TV was phenomenal, and that was such a huge upset that everybody was in front of the TV everywhere I went watching those games. And Baron Davis, that player is going to be remembered here in the Bay Area forever.
Was that almost like an introduction to you to the Warriors? I mean, they were kind of so bad for like the decade before that.
No, I've been an NBA fan for a long time before then, but they had some goons on that team that I really enjoyed, from Baron Davis to Matt Barnes to Steven Jackson to Beatrins to Al Harrington. They had some good players on that team, and so I watched them a lot. But that play, Baron Davis was kind of the head of the snake here.
Right in front. Steve said that DeMarcus will not be making the trip to Portland for the back-to-back. So
really?
Yeah. So this will be his last game before the All-Star break. And I'm wondering if you take a minute to take stock, how do you think that progress has gone for the starting lineup, incorporating him? And what do you think you guys still need to do to make that even better?
I think we're still figuring out how we're going to play and be effective with each other on the offensive side, like where our shots are going to come from. I think that we are, doing a good job of mixing up the shots and the touches, and everybody's getting involved. I think Cuz is still getting his legs up under him. He's definitely been a load in the paint for us, but it's going to be a time where you're going to start knocking down those threes. They look great leaving his hand, but they're just a little short. But I think after the break, he relaxed a little bit, figure out where he's at as a player. I think he's going to come back even better afterwards.
Steve said that Draymond is always in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation based on his defensive prowess over the last few games. Would you say he's played his way into that conversation this year?
He's always in the conversation. I mean, when you start off with guys, it's always got to be Draymond, Rudy Gobert. Those are the top 2 guys you start with. Then you just figure it out as the season goes on after that. But he's never out of the race because that's just what his game is. That's who he is. But hopefully people start to take notice. Unless you're getting steals and blocks, people don't really realize what you do on defense. Until you watch a full game. People don't want to watch full games no more. They just want to look at the stats. So and if you watch Draymond play, you understand what he brings.